Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching The Big Man Theory. This is a 10th season. Oh my god, they're getting so close to the end. This is the first episode. Hopefully you guys are excited for the season and what's to come. You know, we finished last season, interestingly, kind of with, I won't say cliffhanger, but with a to-be-continued episode. Because it was Leonard and Penny. They was deciding to renew the vows, kind of, or get married a second time. But this time, actually have their friends and family there. You know, do you remember they kind of like eloped? They went off to Vegas and done it. But it was kind of like sour grapes because the information that kind of come out, you know, Leonard kissed somebody else when he was on away in his work trip, and then obviously they still love each other and they went through with it. But then when he went to kind of like cement the marriage and, you know, sleep with each other on the night time, she couldn't get it out of her head, Penny, and he kind of bickered, and it was just not the best wedding day to remember, was it? Let's be honest. And you know, Beverly come at the latter stages of the season and basically saying like she was upset that she didn't even get an invite. Penny was like, do you know what, let's do it, let's start again, let's get remarried, let's bring you, your family, my family, friends, everybody could be there. And that's where we was going last episode, and we kind of got like halfway through. It's kind of like the pre-day before the wedding. He went for a meal, Leonard's dad was there, he's bickering with Leonard's mum obviously because they've broken up. Seems like Sheldon's mum's ended up sleeping with Leonard's dad, which is interesting. They went back to the hotel together, and it's just you know, it's just an interesting setup obviously for today's episode. And you know, it ended basically with the guys on the sofa, you know, with Penny there as well, and she was cracking and laughing that they could potentially be brothers, you know what I mean? So it's just an interesting way to end the episode, and obviously I feel like today's going to be a continuation from that. It has to be. But also the season in general has potential, maybe a proposal from Sheldon to Amy, and obviously hopefully we're going to get the baby to arrive, which was obviously sprung on us last season between Howard and Bernadette. So I'm really excited for this season. Hopefully you guys are too. If you do enjoy today's episode, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Leonard,
What?
you realize you and I could become brothers.
We're not gonna be brothers. We're not gonna be stepbrothers. Go to sleep.
I hope you're right. Because a grown man living with his brother and his brother's wife is weird. I think your father's doing unspeakable things to my mother.
Thought my brother fresh out of jail was gonna make everyone uncomfortable, but now this.
Hey, if you want me to sleep, you're gonna have to stop talking.
Okay, I'm gonna go pick up my family, like an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on traffic. When Beverly gets here, do not bring up last night. Just to play dumb.
She didn't say
It
anything
was
bad.
nice of her to show us playing dumb with an example.
Hey there. I'm sorry, I gotta go now.
Penny, wait.
Why?
I wanted to thank you for going through all the trouble of planning a second wedding ceremony for me. But unfortunately, I cannot attend. I cannot stay here while your father goes out of his way to humiliate me.
Oh, golly, however did he humiliate you?
And see why I should have to watch your father parade around with some Bible-thumping bumpkin.
Aren't you overreacting a little? All we know is they shared a cab and had a nightcap.
And turn their phones off.
I really want you to be part of this. Please stay.
Yeah, plus, if you leave, Alfred will know he got under your skin.
It is funny when you think about it.
Maybe to you, you didn't get a $500 traffic ticket. Thinking secret government agents are chasing you makes you a lunatic, then yeah, okay.
Didn't help that you couldn't walk a straight line when the cop pulled you over.
I have performance anxiety. You of all people should know that.
Hello?
I'm looking for Howard Wolowitz. Is he here? May I ask what this is about? No, you may not. Very well. Have him call me.
Raj, who's at the door?
That's not him.
Mate, who is that? I know it's Hank, obviously, from Breaking Bad, but is that his dad? I don't know. And do you know what, right? What's just popped into my head? The guy who was in Victorious, was it? His brother. Mate, we've had a brother turn up to the house. I don't even know what for. I can't remember why. When they've never seen him again. Literally. And now it's making me think, where is he? And I want to see him again. And I thought it was going to potentially lead to maybe seeing his dad at one point, and I don't know. I actually don't. I don't know. Like that was like, thinking about it now, proper random, that episode. And you know, do you remember last episode I was saying it's weird between the UK and the US how they test you for drink driving? In the UK, if you blow over, I think it's 35, then you instantly get took to the station. In the US, you stand there, touch your nose, walk in a straight line, spin around. If you could do that, even if you drank, you could be on your way. But also, it seems like in the US, which they don't do in the UK, is they can give you tickets, and $500 is a lot. Because like I said, when I watch a lot of UK TV traffic programs, you know, if you get done for drink driving, so you blow over the limit, sometimes you just get points on the license and a fine of £200, £300. Like, Howard gets more for that than they do here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I bet the US actually make an absolute killing charging people for obviously driving.
Oh, I can't wait for you to meet everyone. I told them all about you.
The world doesn't need to know our problems.
Mom, I'm sorry, but I thought
Hey, look, they got Walgreens here, too.
You really think it's helpful to change the subject, Wyatt?
Just trying to make this a happy trip, dear.
No, Randall, can't believe after all these years you finally get to visit me in California.
Well, good thing I was a non-violent offender. Otherwise, I couldn't have left the state.
You sent your brother cigarettes?
He was cooking and selling crystal meth, Susan. I think we can let the cigarettes slide.
Talking about, they've always known where you live.
Yeah, if you want to go off the grid, you have to move out of your mother's house.
Take a moment to discuss that I just lied to the government for you.
I would not have done that for you.
Make sure you tell him that you weren't home when he came by and that your Indian friend gave you the message the moment you stepped through the door. Take it back, don't mention me.
Hi, Colonel Williams. How can I help you? No, I don't know his immigration status. Relax, I'm still at home!
Ah, he got him there. He baited him, didn't he?
Speaking, may I ask what this is about? I may not.
I'm glad you decided to stay. It's gonna be special for Penny and me to share this with you. Please don't make things any more awkward than they already are. Hey, guys, come on in.
Thank you.
Good morning. Morning.
Hello?
How is everyone today?
Good. I'm good too.
Good. So did you defile my mother or not?
Your mother and I did nothing more than share a cab and a conversation.
Did that conversation include the phrase, "Your genitals are a joy to behold"?
He confuses everyone, Sheldon.
Get settled in, then we'll go across the hall and say hi to everyone.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Our family is an embarrassment.
That's not much of a joke.
Okay.
We're meeting Leonard's parents for the first time, and they're academics and intellectuals, and I don't want them thinking we're white trash.
Well, what color trash do you think they'll believe?
That was good. Now, the interesting thing is with these guys is these just actually seem like a normal family. You know what I mean? Like, she's more nervous about being introduced to Leonard's side of the family because they're academical, and do you know what I mean? And both of them are, I wouldn't say well off, but do you know what I mean? Like, they're advanced maybe in a profession where these probably just see themselves as just a random Joe Bloggs, you know what I mean? A standard normal person. But to be honest, I would rather much have their relationship, one, because they're actually still together, man and wife, two, because they actually look like a normal family and they haven't got stuff going on, and three, I don't care how successful you are, to be honest. You know, you could have a job working in the post office, or you could be a rich person. At the end of the day, the person that spends the most time with the family and the happiest, that's the one that I want to be in. And obviously, Leonard's side, Leonard never seems happy. His mum's never happy. You know, his dad seems all right, to be honest, but we haven't seen enough of him. And they're always kind of overanalyzing and getting at each other. Do you know what I mean? I would much rather see Penny's side and be in that one. They seem like they're laughing and joking and having a crack and a good time. And, you know, if I had to pick one side, hers is the way to go. So I'd be interested to see, obviously, how they react towards each other, because not really been a big fan of Sheldon's, have there? Well, the mothers, anyway, when they both kind of interacted together.
How could you think that I would spend the night with a man I just met?
Nothing happened, right? It's over. Until we get married a third time, you guys will never have to see each other again.
Mary may visit me in New York.
And he's never been to Texas.
Maybe we meet halfway.
In the Chattahoochee National Forest in Georgia?
Mary happens to be a wonderful woman. And if it antagonizes you, that's just a bonus.
But he's a mediocre academic. And according to Beverly, his sexual prowess is subpar.
Are you saying that my dad's not good enough for your mom?
Yes, while also getting in a solid dig at you. Pretty efficient, huh?
I'm going across the hall.
Well, why should you get to go and leave me here with your bickering parents?
Fine, then you go.
Well, I don't want to stay here with her. I'll go.
Mary and Beverly can't be together. Alfred and Beverly can't be together. Leonard and I can't be together.
Who's ready for a wedding?
Great, now I have to start all over.
She just got assigned to much better territory.
See what happens when you work hard?
Hey, she just sells drugs. I had to make them.
Haven't you had enough?
Penny drinks more than I do.
Well, I learned from the best.
See what I've got to put up with.
What you've got to put up with? Why did you have to go to jail?
It's called getting caught, Mother.
So nice to see you again.
Me too. Hey, everyone, this is my mother, Beverly.
We are not white trash.
I'm just feeling a little guilty about all the trouble I've caused.
Oh, so am I.
You made God sad today, Mom.
I haven't done anything wrong. I think it's nice they're hitting it off.
That's still no reason to rush into anything. I mean, look at us. We took things remarkably slow. You and I, we didn't even hold hands for 2 years.
2 years is so
Why
long, isn't
wouldn't
it?
that colonel say what the meeting's about? It has to be bad news. Bother talking to you.
Oh, come on. What's the worst that could come of this meeting?
I don't know. They take the invention away and I get nothing?
You know what happened to the scientists that worked on the Manhattan Project? Live in secret. And when Oppenheimer objected to what they made him do, they destroyed his reputation.
What's the point of that story?
Just read a book about Oppenheimer. Seemed like a chance to show off.
Mate, Howard's hair looks so much better a bit shorter.
Mommy, you want to take this one?
Randall's in between jobs.
Can I get anyone a drink?
Well, I could use another beer.
You're done.
Hi. Everyone getting to know each other?
Not at all.
Nice to see you again, Dr. Hofstadter. I'm Leonard's friend, Stuart.
Nice to see you too.
Leonard's father.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry. Did you two want to sit together?
No.
Why do people cry at weddings?
They're practicing for what's coming later.
Thank you for cleaning yourself up for your sister's wedding.
Thank you for my new teeth.
We're here today to celebrate love.
Sigh louder. No one heard you.
I can move.
Speaking of love, STDs among the elderly are skyrocketing.
Love is patient, but it's not gonna put up with all the side chatter, so let's knock it off.
I understand everyone's a little tense today, so I'm just gonna get to the important stuff. Standing here with you in front of our family and friends is bringing up a lot of feelings. Like what a good idea it was to elope the first time.
As a scientist, my job is to figure out why things happen. I don't think I'll ever understand how someone like me could get to be with someone like you. I don't need to understand it. I just need to be grateful. I love you, Penny.
Anybody have anything snarky to say about that? Didn't think so.
I'd like to say something. I know that we don't bring out the best in each other, but something wonderful did come from our relationship.
I couldn't agree more.
I need to say something to someone pretty special, and I just can't wait any longer.
What's happening?
Leonard. You and I have our ups and downs. I have always considered you my family. Even before the recent threat of our parents fornicating, like wrinkly old rabbit. But you are of great importance to me. Both of you.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Weird other husband who came with the apartment.
Thank you for taking us to the airport.
Hey, I'm just thrilled we're all getting along for a minute.
Yeah, me too. Beverly, I'm sorry if I upset you.
Water under the bridge, Alfred. It'll make your father feel more comfortable.
To be comfortable is knowing I don't have to wake up tomorrow morning and see your sour face.
There's a lot of traffic. Are we going to be okay?
You'll be at the airport an hour before your flight.
Good.
You need to get used to the fact that men are going to be interested in her.
And you need to drive the car and mind your business.
I will not have you be disrespectful to me.
But you're not my mother.
Don't you be disrespectful to her.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll get there. You just got to put some zing on it.
Penny, I don't know what I was worried about. Your friends are just lovely. Although that Sheldon is a bit peculiar.
Is he? I never noticed.
Be cool.
Mate, that is literally what happens to people who are well, obviously scared of the police, but people who've had run-ins with the law in it, like always turning away, hiding, head down. Do you know what I mean? What they don't realise is doing something like that raises a suspicion to themselves. You know what I mean? Like I said it before about the cop programs that we always watch. You know, it's not just getting alcohol swiped, you know what I mean? Like, it's drug swiped and people just getting pulled over for suspicious behaviour. You know, they could be a police officer just sat there in his car and then a bunch of, you know, teens drive past and they're all ducking down and it's like, that's strange. Maybe we'll just go and speak to them and see what's going on. And then they find drugs and it's like, mate, you just, literally, if you just drove past like a normal person, you would never have been caught. But, you know, people do what people do. Now, it was a good restart to the season, to be honest. It was a continuation obviously from the last episode and it was still happy vibes. You know, it did very much feel like it was season 9 and obviously because it kind of is, but it was good. It went along well. Got married second time, nice speech, everybody was there. Penny looked great in a dress. You know, Leonard was happy, seemed like his parents were getting along just for a little bit and then obviously back to the normal ways. But the whole episode was pretty upbeat. There was no negative. You know, sometimes you get some negative and then obviously you get back to the comedy side. But, like, it was kind of consistent. Like I said, last season, season 9, I felt was the prime definition of a steady Eddie. You know, it's pretty much just a straight line all the way through with some ups, some like laughs and a little bits of downs, but the majority, we just stayed in that nice straight line, and we continued there. Good start to the season, and I'm hoping that we can kick on and move forward. And like I said, I'm very excited to see with the baby, with the potential tease of the marriage proposal just a minute ago there by Sheldon. That's got to come at some point. And then as well, obviously, I literally forgot about the reason why Howard got pulled over was because he thought he was being tailed, and that storyline continuing and knocking on the door, mate. It's going to be exciting, and I'm actually very intrigued with that storyline and what we kind of like planted the seed now and how we do it going forward. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So, earlier on in the episode, after obviously the Colonel, it seemed to be knocked on Howard's door, it got me thinking. Remember when he had his brother turn up, and we've never really progressed with that storyline? That just popped in my head, and I think it's really fascinating, to be honest. I don't know why we done that and what seed he was trying to give there. And, it got me thinking that maybe that was his dad or in some sort of relation to it. But then obviously talking about the last episode and remembering what was going on, he was actually being touted by the Air Force. He managed to successfully do some sort of experiment in his lab and prove his theory was kind of correct, and it is actually achievable and usable, and to be able to obviously either sell it to the highest bidder, distribute it, do whatever they kind of want. And he got a message that the Air Force wanted to speak to him, got into all panic stations, thought that he was being tailed, being tracked, you know what I mean? And that's why, obviously, he was driving around erratically. And it was Leonard that was actually following him because he thought he was taking a quicker route to the restaurant, and he obviously wasn't. He's been pulled over and he got a $500 fine. But continuing with that storyline, we've had the Colonel knock on his house and obviously want to set up a meeting for him, which is going to be at the university in a couple of days, it seems like. And he's still unable to disclose the information of what this meeting is going to be about. So, I mean, I'm totally just going left field and saying it could have been something to do with his dad. And, I always thought his dad may be dead, but I don't think he is, because, like I said, talking about his brother that turned up, his brother was saying that he knows his dad and he sees his dad, and obviously his brother's here. And I was just like, mate, that was really interesting, But with this storyline, I'm excited because they want to just see Howard, but it's not just Howard, is it? It's Sheldon and it's Leonard. And to be honest, wasn't it Sheldon and Leonard that come up with the whole idea, and then it was maybe Howard's idea on top of it, like an extension, you know what I mean? Like a 0.1, so to speak, like kind of give additional information to try and go for it, and this is what's kind of been achieved, and he's the one that's being in contact. So I'm really excited for it, to be honest. I feel like we've set up really good for a couple of storylines in the season. At the start I was saying about the baby, the proposal, but now it's about this as well, and it's just added another thing in. And like I said, if you could continue with them episodes and don't drag them all out but keep them going and mention it every other episode here and there, it's going to be exciting. So I feel like it's a good start to the season. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.